Hi, welcome to my presentation. Most people find themselves tired, irritable, and sluggish on Monday mornings. But there's one Monday morning each year that feels significantly worse than any other Monday. This terrible day is the day after we switch to daylight saving time. Now, truth is, these twice a year time changes aren't just inconvenient. They're outdated and increasingly harmful. The time change impacts not only our personal health, but safety and daily simplicity. Today, I want to talk about a simple change that could have a powerful impact on our lives. I propose we move to a permanent standard time and put an end to the cycle of changing our clocks twice a year. Now, when I say this, I don't mean keeping daylight saving time, but making standard time all year round. This time most closely aligns with our bodies and natural environment. Now, before we get started in how it affects us, let's define the terms to make sure we understand what we're talking about. Standard time is the original time that the geographical region uses. The geographical region is continents, countries, and time zones. Daylight saving time is the practice of advancing our clocks forward to make better use of longer daylight hours during the summer months. Now, when you first learned about daylight saving time, who is it helping per se? I've heard some people say it was the farmers. I've heard some say it was for the military. But daylight saving time has had a very, very odd history around it. In World War One, it was originally enacted under the name of wartime to help conserve fuel and to promote national security. After the war ended, it was repealed. Now, in 1942, during World War II, it was again reenacted. And you guessed it, once the war was finished, it was repealed. Now, in 1966, the Uniform Time Act was passed. This would make daylight saving time from the last Sunday in April to the last Sunday in November. In 2005, this act was extended to what it is today. It changed to the second Sunday in March to the first Sunday in November. Now, in 2025, as of this recording, the Sunshine Protection Act had been passed by the Senate, but the House dismissed it. This act would make our standard time what it is during daylight savings. Now, on your screen, you're going to see three clocks. The one on the far left is called the mean solar time. This clock closely reflects where the sun is at noon here on the East Coast. Now, the one in the middle is what our time actually says. It's 9 minutes off, but very close to what the sun says it is. Now, on the clock on the far right, this is what it is. This is what the time is during daylight savings. It's an hour and 9 minutes off, showing just how off we are from the natural time. Now, studies have shown that getting exposure to early morning sunlight can boost serotonin in the brain and have all of these wonderful effects. During standard time, we get that good early morning sunlight that helps promote all these things. But daylight saving time, it shifts the time to where when we're getting up during the darker months, we're only in the dark. And that can cause major health problems. Now, I know we always joke about adults being tired, but how much truth does that statement hold? Sleep deprivation is a huge problem and is tied to everything from increased heart problems to mental health and can even link to obesity. Now, how does the time change fit into this? When we switch to daylight saving time during the spring, we are forcing our bodies to wake up at an unnatural time. Our internal clock, called the circadian rhythm, takes a while to fully adjust, possibly taking up to 2 weeks to recover, and maybe even longer. Now, with the decrease in sleep, a person's health will start to decline. According to current biology, the first couple of weeks after the daylight saving shift, heart attacks increase in frequency at 24%. Along with heart problems, mental health takes a huge hit during this time. Let me make sure it's that size. Right. Yeah. Time. During the darker months, a majority of people experience seasonal affective disorder. With limited hours of sunlight, especially for people who go to work or go to school, this can cause dips in mood, energy, and motivation. If daylight saving time was made permanent, this change would put the sunrise around 8:30 or even 9 in the morning. This would mean people would be getting up, getting ready, and commuting entirely in the dark, not only as unpleasant, psychologically unhealthy. Now, all of this can also cause social jet lag. Social jet lag is the mismatch between a person's circadian rhythm and a person's work balance. Now, during the dark winter months, companies and employers are concerned about their staff's safety and health. During this time, workplace accidents increase 5.5% due to fatigue and a drop in cognitive function. Commuting to and from work also becomes a lot more dangerous. Car accidents increase 6% because of pre-dawn darkness and increased exhaustion at the end of the day. Now, there's this saying that only the government will cut a foot off of the top of a blanket, sew it to the bottom, and say the blanket is longer. Some people argue that permanent daylight saving time will give us more evening light during the winter months. Now, while that does sound nice in theory, here's the problem. We don't gain or lose daylight. We merely shift the time to see more daylight during the summer. Regardless of what the clock says, we will experience how much sun is available depending on the season. Problem arises when in the winter, we don't have as many hours of daylight. Modern studies show that daylight saving time also no longer saves energy. And in some cases, it may increase energy use due to heating and air conditioning demands. A daylight saving time does sound nice if you're on vacation, but for people with 7 or 8 a.m. jobs, early commutes, or kids getting ready for school, it poses a problem. And history shows that this does not work. In 1974, the US tried a permanent daylight saving time during the energy crisis. It was so unpopular, especially during the dark months, that the policy was reversed 10 months later. This time change not only disrupts our sleep, but disrupts our routines and calendars. It complicates everything from scheduling meetings across time zones, setting medication reminders, managing transportation systems, and trying to change the clock on the car. It just becomes a big hassle. So, if the energy benefits are gone, the health risks are high, and the social costs are only growing, what are we gaining? Switching to a standard time is a small change with huge public benefit. This choice is rooted in science, health, and safety, not just convenience. By keeping time aligned with our natural rhythms, we promote better sleep, productivity, health outcomes, and just overall better mornings for everyone. It's time to stop changing our clocks, to choose the time that best works with our bodies and not against them. Let's support permanent standard time, the right time for a healthier, more consistent, and a more productive society. Thank you.